Okay. Good morning, Master Candle Academy. And we are live for a Tuesday late night as it goes for East and West Coast at this point. And we are uh, early good morning for our affiliates overseas in the London area. Um, Being that it is early in the London area, you can guess that this is another edition of our London Confidence session. It's a live trading session where we will be looking for valid and solid setups with regard to our London pairs. Um, as I go through the charts, we'll be looking for master candle setups. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The reason why is because that's the way that I trade. I only trade the master candle system. Um, I love the other systems that we focus and concentrate on here at Master Candle Academy, but for my personal trading style, I just gravitate towards the master candle system more. Um, so every trade that I find or every setup that um, I mark up in the charts will be a pending order. I don't market execute. I don't have any problem with market executing. It just doesn't work for my trading style. I feel safer with pending orders. I'm a very conservative trader, and I have a lot of success with the way that I trade. So I stick to my trading plan, and feel free to follow along. That being said, let's go ahead and get into some charts. I did send out a GJ signal, but just in case any of us did not see it, I am going to just pull it up on the screen really quickly. Just so we can take a look. Maybe it's something that you want to trade, maybe it's not, but in the case that it is something that you want to take a look at and maybe you want to get into this trade. Right now, price action, I already marked this up because like I said, I sent it as a signal. Price action is kind of hanging out in our 23% zone, which is, as Sham likes to commonly refer to it as, it's our 6 rings entry. So that's where price action is sitting right now. We're about, I want to say, what are we about? 1400. We're about 30 pips. No, yeah, about 30 pips away from entry. So if you like the way this setup looks, we've got a reference candle here over 70 pips strong. No, actually more than that. Oh, we're 50 pips. 50 pips from entry. So we've got some room to go. This setup, I waited for price action to pull back before I mark this setup. It's on a 45-minute time frame, but I was not in this trade initially. I did this markup. Well, price action had already done all of this when I did this markup. I only did this markup a few hours ago. So price action had just pulled past the entry point. So I figured, it'd be another opportunity to catch pips to the downside because price action did need to come back up and retest the 50 or close to it. It's also testing our daily trend line. Our daily trend line is slightly to the upside because GJ overall on a higher time frame has been buying for quite some time. The only thing is GJ is heavily overbought. So it needed to sell off. And it has been doing so for the last 48 hours. So there's nothing to suggest that it won't continue to sell off, hopefully for most of the week. So I did happen to find this setup at the bottom of price action. And while we're not catching an entry at the very bottom, we're close to it. And I feel like it's safe to continue, because our next point of support and resistance is not until down here, somewhere between TP3 and TP4. So even if we got at least 2 TPs out of this trade, I mean, TP2 is roughly 100 and something pips. So that'd be a nice grab if we can get it. Our 4-hour trend line is very much bearish. So that's a good sign for our trade. The only thing I would say with regard to this trade is just keep an eye on the stop loss and manage your lot size appropriately, because the stop loss is 200 pips. So even if you're trading with a $1 lot size, you'd be risking $200. But overall, you'd be looking to make 267 pips, which again, at a dollar lot size would be a profit of $267. So this is pretty even. It's roughly a 1-to-1 trade. As far as the stop loss goes, normally I will choose previous day's market structure. But previous day's market structure, honestly, is so far to the top side, it would make this trade an invalid one. So I chose a reasonable point to put our market structure, to put our stop loss at, where it was within our daily zone of support. Resistance. If price action does come back to retest this zone as true resistance, I don't feel like it'll go so deep into it. Because price action would have to push past our 50 EMA and our 4-hour trend line to even get up there. So I'm counting on price action sitting within this area, having this much room to breathe. So I'm just going to let that rock out. Plus, if I really went to where market structure is, it would invalidate this setup, because it would give us about 300 pips of a stop loss, and that's a little bit excessive. It's a happenstance of the way that GJ has been dropping. It's been dropping so steeply that it's given us some really odd market structure. So not that I'm going off of my trading plan or anything like that, or off of the confluences of the trade, but a 200 pip stop loss is fairly reasonable with consideration to the price action that has been happening with this pair. So okay, Skeeta, take care. So James, you're asking if I use an indicator to determine whether or not something is overbought or oversold. No, I do not. The way that I'm able to tell that GJ is overbought is just strictly history. So if I switch to a daily time frame and let's do like this, a daily time frame, and it's literally just looking at the last time GJ was this high. So let's go back in history and see the last time GJ was this high. The last time GJ was trading this high was in February of 2016. So it's been, that's 6 years. 6 years since GJ has even seen these levels before. And that was coming down. When it was pushing up to these levels, it was 2013. So about 9 years ago was the last time that GJ pushed up into these levels. And it traded fairly higher than price action is right now. But I would have to look at these dates at, around December of 2013 to see in the news what was going on at that time to suggest that GJ would push that high. What was going on with the British pound and what was going on with the yen. Um, so for there having been 9 years to go by, and GJ has not, I mean, really hasn't come anywhere near where price action was trading at, all the way up here at 168.000. GJ was severely overbought. So it needed to slide down. Plus, there's this formation here of this giant head and shoulders pattern, where we've got um, yeah, I can identify it like this. So we've got our left shoulder, and we've got our head, and we're dropping now to hopefully form a right shoulder somewhere, and then we're going to see a nice steep sell off to complete the setup. So that's what I'm looking at, potentially to happen for GJ. So yeah, so where we are right now is potentially at the formation of the right shoulder. So we may be dealing with a little bit of pullback for a day or two. But overall, we are now looking to sell GJ. So again, that's our GJ setup. Um, if you want to copy the parameters, feel free. Otherwise, I will move along to the next. And if at any time you have a question or anything like that, feel free to unmute yourself. If you can't, I'll unmute you. Okay, so now I'm going to take a look at. I'm going to take a look at. Let's go to one that everybody trades. Everybody seems to like to trade GU. I did trade GU already for this week. I had a setup. I'm sorry, not for this week. I closed out on Friday, and I didn't set up. I had this nice setup. Uh, it just, I mean, this was just lovely. This played out pretty much for me all week long last week. I had this setup going, and it completed. So this was a nice trade. This really ended off my week last week very nicely, and started this week very nicely on Sunday. So I'm sorry, GU continued to drop. I didn't have any other setups on it, because of the fact that we were approaching this level of support that I had. This is a 4-hour support zone that I have here, and I needed to see price action do a little bit more within this zone. It did break all the way through, so now we're at a point where we may see some continuation. There was really no respect for this support zone at all, so price action just broke straight through. So now we're looking at GJ approaching now what is a 1-hour support zone, which it really doesn't mean anything. It's just there. So GJ, if it's going to continue, it will probably not really care about this zone, and just continue to push through to the downside. So it looks like price action has settled within the last handful of hours, and is looking to either retest the 50 or just trade sideways for a little bit before further continuation to the downside. So if I were to look for a setup on here. I'm just going to search across a couple of time frames, and there's a valid master candle here on the 1 hour time frame. Let's see how strong this is. This is roughly 17 pips. Is not really. I don't like it so much. Got another one here. 2 hour. We're looking at about 18 pips. Still no good. Mm. 4 hour. Okay, we may have a nice master candle forming here on the 4 hour, but considering the way that this looks, I won't really know for the next 6.5 hours or so whether or not it's a master candle. So yeah, this is over 40 pips strong. So I'll be looking for this as a potential for GJ. I'm just gonna leave that open. I'm gonna leave that. I mean, I'm sorry, I keep saying GJ. I meant GU. I apologize. Sorry about that, James. So yeah. So that's what I'm looking at with regard to GU. I don't see a valid setup. Now, I mean, price action is clearly bearish. That's not to say that you can't take a trade with a continuation to the downside. That's not to say that you can't trade another pattern like an inside bar or something like that on one of the smaller time frames. But again, with the way that I trade, as it pertains to master candles, I don't see anything that I like across most of these time frames that I trade on. So I'm gonna wait out what's going on this 4 hour time frame. And like I said, we've got another roughly 2.5 hours before this candle closes, and then another, excuse me, we would need another 4 hour candle, excuse me, to close within the body of this reference candle before we can determine that this is a true master candle. So that's what I'm going to wait on for GU. What else do we have? We do have GA. So GA, we have another big healthy head and shoulders pattern forming on GA. It may be completing, but GA still has a lot of room to drop if we want to come down and test this, at the very least, test this level of daily support. So I did find a valid setup. We got a rejection from the top side of this resistance zone. So we could very well get a rejection off of this support zone. But even if we don't, I mean, if price action just comes down here, we could catch some nice pips off of this trade. I did mark up, I'm sorry, I did find a potential master candle that is almost 70 pips away from the next support zone. So there's a ripe opportunity there to catch at least that. So taking that into consideration, what is this? This is a 30-minute time frame. Let's see. Let's see what we can come up with here. I mean, that's a decent master candle that's forming now. That will be formed in the next 15 minutes on the 30-minute time frame. That could actually bring us into the trade a little bit early. 2, 3. Yeah, this master candle will be validated within the next 12 minutes. So let's see what else we can find. We've got one forming on the 45-minute time frame. So where did I get this box from? Oh, I think I did it off of a master candle from over here. Yeah. So here's what I was thinking. Yeah, on the 2-hour time frame. On the 2-hour time frame, I saw a master candle over here. But what price action did at that time, so this is back on April 20th, this master candle was formed. We were trading under the 50. The problem is that at that time there was a channel, a buy channel. So price action was trading to the top side. We were seeing higher lows and higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So price action was pushing to the top side. So even though this was a valid master candle, the setup for a sell under the 50 EMA was invalidated by the fact that we were trading in a parallel channel of sorts. So now it seems that that market cycle, that weekly market cycle has completed, and now price action is beginning to push back to the downside. So maybe from where it is right now, we might get some retracement up a little bit to start creating some lower highs and then lower lows, lower high, lower low. That's probably what we're going to see with price action now. So with regard to that, I wouldn't necessarily go down on the 45-minute time frame or the 30-minute time frame and use these as master candles, because I think that we can expect that there's going to be some pullback, at least like to the 50, before we get any more drops to the downside. Now, if that's the case, this trade, if I go ahead and set this trade within after the next 10 minutes, I mark up this reference candle, we could get wicked into this trade. But if I utilize this very valid master candle from the 2-hour chart a week ago, we could actually come down and drop right down into profits. I mean, into an entry point that is a little bit more solid. So I know Sham already had us in a GA trade from this morning's New York scalp session, but we can also mark up if either of you. I'll just mark it up real quick. It's okay. It's not even a big deal. Let's see something. Welcome to anyone that has just joined the class. Let's do this as a trap box. All right, so it looks like we could get at least for the time being, we could get at least a TP1 out of this trade, and TP1 is looking like it would be about 60 pips. So I'm okay with a TP1 at 60 pips. That is a very nice gain. So as far as our parameters go, what can we expect? I've got a trade going on down there. I'll leave those parameters. I'll just mark up. Can I mark up something new? No, you know what? I'll use these. That's fair. My charts can get kind of messy at times because I don't delete anything off my charts. I like to see the history of my trades when I go to a chart. It helps keep me in the loop of how a particular pair that I trade, how it moves. So I like to always uh, keep price action relevant, or keep relevant price action rather. Um, let's see, how strong is our reference candle? Roughly, it's 100 pips. Sheesh, 100 pip strong reference candle. Like the looks of that. Okay. So now, as market structure would have it, um, we're looking at day's market structure is, I got these lines a little bit too dark in the background. Session breaks. It's a little bit better. So for previous days market structure, we're looking at right up here at this point, right above our resistance zone. So what I'll do is I'll use that for my stop loss. Even though the master candle that we're utilizing is a couple of weeks back, we're basing this setup off of current price action. So current price action suggests that market structure is right about here. So this is the structure that we're going to use to validate our stop loss for this trade. And that stop loss is 1.77670. Let's see. Okay. Now let's get our parameters for the trade. Which is 0.74920. Seven, 4, 9, 2, 0. If you are looking to take advantage of this this trade setup, you would have to copy it as I do it. I mean, I'll leave it up on the screen for a little bit, but you'll only be able to get it here. I will not be posting this in the signals chat like I did the GJ trade a little while ago, because I don't post, excuse me, trades that we do on our live session, because I feel like those of us that sacrifice being up at this time, whether you're normally up at this time or not, if you trade London and you're in the States and you're up now, it's a sacrifice. Maybe you do work during these hours, maybe you don't. I don't know your lifestyle. I happen to be awake now because I'm at work, but some of us are not. Some of us wake up just to be able to trade during the London session. And if that's the case, I feel like you should be rewarded for showing up. So the reward is you get exclusive signals, and you get to take exclusive trades that people that don't show up don't get. So these trades that I'm setting up are exclusive to this session. So if you want to take any of them, you'll have to copy my live trades. 7, 4, 90. It's TP2. TP3. 7, 3. 7. And TP4 is 7. Oh, I'm sorry, I was 1 TP ahead of myself. Oh, 7, 1, 220. Okay. So we've got our setup for the most part. This is a pretty heavy trade. It has us trading uh in between 1, 2, 3 different 4 different daily zones of support and resistance. So this trade is truly a swing setup. If you've got the if you have the the courage to withstand it, this trade has the potential to do a lot for your account. Um, I don't know. Obviously, we don't know how long it's going to sell. We have no idea, but this is a valid setup, so we're gonna find out. That's for sure. So our entry is 1.74920. Our profit is 1.71220. And our stop loss is 1.7767. That leaves us with a trade that is, we are risking 275 pips to make, I think that's at 370 pips. Yes, to make 370 pips. So this is roughly a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward trade, which is awesome. This is a beautiful setup. And I like it. Yeah. So currently, right now, price action seems to be forming the left shoulder of this particular trade, and price action as far as like this weekly cycle goes, where we had the climbing ladder of the, we were climbing the ladder of the higher highs and lower highs. Now it seems as though we may be dropping down to see lower highs and lower lows. So this is totally a valid setup. Let me save my chart. Today is 4/27. And there you have it. There's our GBP AUD trade, live and in color. So feel free to copy those parameters. Anybody have any questions about that setup? No? Okay. All good. All right. So let's move right along, and we got GBP CAD. I mean, GBP CAD was having some nice movement between Sunday and Monday. I had some pretty nice setups on GBP CAD, but they have since, materialized. I had a full setup that went pretty nicely with GBP CAD. I mean that trade just, man. But as far as where it's at right now, I mean, I have a trade that actually on the 1 hour, we've got a master candle here on the 1 hour, where price action is like right back at entry. Yeah, this master candle on the 1 hour is only 20 pips, so maybe that's not so nice. No master candle. Definitely not a master candle on the half hour. Actually, this is a master candle on the half hour, but I fear that it is too small. As we drop down in time frames, we drop down. Yeah, it's about 25 pips strong, this master candle right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles trading within it. Yeah, I don't like that on the 30-minute. Let's check out the 2 hour. Let's see what we got. Nothing really going on the higher time frames. Yeah, the only really valid setup, I mean, where we caught the strongest candle is on a 30-minute time frame. Yeah, it's on a 30-minute time frame where we had a reference candle right here. That is still valid. This reference candle is 25 pips strong. So GBP CAD, I mean, clearly we are in a sell for GBP CAD. Price action has been traveling to the downside for some time. Um, let's see what would happen if I extended this. No, that wouldn't work. I would have to move this trend line. Yeah. So similar to, what was the pair we were just looking at? Similar to GA, we'd be utilizing price action from from the previous day to mark up our to use as a reference candle for our master candle setup. Now, price action for this trade hasn't gone so far to suggest that like this is a poor move. We could very much set this as like a limit order and watch price action come back up and activate this trade at entry and then drop further to the downside. Or we could just wait out price action to come back above here like it did. It was just up here and then it dropped down to activate the trade. So so there's plenty of validity with marking up, with utilizing this as our reference candle. So so let me do that. I'll mark it up real quick. Or better yet, you know what? Let me ask. Is anyone opposed to would anyone be taking this trade, this GBP cat trade? Because if not, then I won't bother with it. I'll just move on to another pair. Maybe I'll do I know some of you trade GN, so I can look at GN if you'd like. But if GBP cat is not really your cup of tea, then let me know now and I'll just move on so I'm not wasting anybody's time. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. All right. So, all right, cool. No, that works. That works. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll leave that up there for myself. Maybe I'll take it. um and you is already back down in profit, so I won't bother with that one. I think we got a strong rejection off of our entry for NU. And like I said, it's not really even a London pair, it's an Asian pair. Asian in New York. Uh I won't can't do gold, even though we're in profit on gold. And Sham did gold earlier. That's a US pair. Let's take a look at GM. GM. So what is GN doing right now? Oh, GN is actually back floating around my original entry for my sell. Now what it looks like is it looks like GN is done with the continuation that it did. So this is a 4-hour chart that I have marked up here already. And it looked like GN obviously was had been selling for a little while. It had been selling since we're talking about February. So since February, GN has been selling. And then finally, as of the beginning, the first week of April, we started to get a pullback and GJ was buying. It pretty much completed the setup that I had over here back at the in March. It completed this swing setup, and then we got like a strong pullback, and price action went back above our entry. And now it looks to be that it wants to continue to the downside for a continuation pattern or continuation of a trade. So what you can do is you can enter the parameters that I have now. I mean, I could look for another master candle to solidify potentially a setup within a setup. But the only thing I could also set this trade as it is. I would just move my stop loss up to market structure, current market structure, which is only a few pips away from where we are now. Let's see. We want 1.94800 stop loss. So stop loss could go up there. And then we've got our parameters already set pretty much. So we could just do this as a limit order. This would be a sell limit. And our entry would be 1.91705. Let's actually use our short position tool. Did I say GJ again, Mosquito? I'm sorry. Tag. I called GN GJ also. My bad. My bad. Well, speaking of GJ, if you took that since you brought it up, GJ is actually making a nice drop. See, this is the thing that's cool about Sham. So our fearless leader Sham, you know, he has this 23 zone, this 6 rings entry. It excuse me. It is truly a respected zone. Price excuse me. Sorry, my allergies are acting up. But price tends to pull back right to that zone, and that's your market execution zone for your trap zone, and it just pushes down from there. And I just can't seem to do it. I've done it. I've dabbled. I've played around, and I've only had success with doing my 6 rings entries. But in a live trading session, I won't do it. I won't do it. I've only done it for practice for myself. I mean, I've done it in my live account, but it's not something that I do so frequently. So I was not prepared to say, oh, sell GJ while it was up here, even though we would have gotten 50 pips already off of price action based off of the fact that it's dropped down to our entry point right now. So I just wanted to just throw that out there. So GJ is about to be activated. We were looking at GN. So yeah, GN is a limit order, and we are looking to oh, thank you. My sneezes. Thank you very much. We're looking to short it. So let's pull out our short position tool and just see what kind of measurements we've got going on here. So our entry is 1.91705. excuse me. Profit level is 1.87810. This is also another reason why I don't erase anything off of my chart, really. I mean, I move around my TP levels and my entries and stuff like that, but my trap zones, my trap boxes, I don't move them. I keep them on my chart because understand that they are the trap zones that we set up are fib levels, and those fib levels will get hit again at some point. They get hit on the way up the chart, and they get hit on the way back down the chart. Um, so I usually don't erase them for that reason, because sometimes the same setup that you utilize on the way down, you can utilize on the way up, and so on and so forth. So this particular trade is, again, fairly hefty, and we would be risking 309 pips in order to make 390, 389. So this is about a maybe like a 1-to-1 and 1-to-1 and a quarter, or 1 and an eighth, or something like that. But it's an even trade. So it's a very, very valid setup. Again, this is a sell limit, and these are the parameters that we would be utilizing. Let me save my GN chart. Yeah, I haven't traded GN since March 16th. Nice. 4, 7. So, oh wow. Sheesh. Sorry, I just took a look at my account, and GJ is in profit. Gold is obviously in profit. NZD, USD. Oh, that's right. We can take that trade. That trade is but just because we're already here, yeah, I'm about to hit TP1 on NU, and gold is trading nicely. GJ. So, all right. So here's something a little bit funny. I think that for this is Awanda's chart. Something a little bit funny is happening with GJ, or maybe it's just because it's just my broker. In one of my brokers, one of my clients' accounts, GJ is active, and oh no, it just pulled back. It's not in profit. I'm like 2 pips in drawdown right now. Okay, I was gonna say, because I was in profit on GJ, but then oh no, GJ is active in GJ is active in every one of my accounts. Okay, that's cool. No problem. Just had to make sure. Sorry about that. Okay. So we've got GJ has activated. Sorry, I just have to trail my stop loss on. I've got some incredible movement here on EU that I was going to be looking at, but I don't know that is possible at this point, because it is just taking off. Sorry, but the teacher has to secure profits too. So EU. 6, 3. Okay. Sorry. Trying to secure this bag on these trays. I'm like super in profit on some of these. So yeah, I'm running right now over 100 pips in profit on EU. So yeah, yes, Gita, it's a big bag. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't, you know, I, honestly, I try to keep it relative, keep like the trading that I do, I try to keep it relative to the pip count. But just what I'm understanding and what I'm learning about like students and being a teacher and stuff like that is, I'm for the most part, I'm a pretty humble person. Um, let me so did everybody get the GN parameters? I just want to make sure before I start running my mouth. Um, or did anyone that wanted to take it get it? Okay, all right, cool. So you got it. I know that's one of your pairs. I also just want to take a look at let me shoot on over to man, I wish this gold would just drop already. Man, it's just been lingering in this little profit area right here. It's killing me. This is you know what? This is not okay. So for gold, this is my setup. This is not, this is different than Sham's setup. Sham's entry is down here. This is where Sham's entry is his entry is down here at 1891. So my trade would have already hit TP2, TP1 by the time that is activated. So if you wanted to take this as a limit order, price action keeps pushing back to the top side and reactivating this trade. So you could very well enter this if you wanted to, or if you, yeah, it's pushing back up now. So so yeah, you could enter this as a sell limit if you wanted to. My entry price is 1901. So if you wanted to, um, and my TP1 is 1896.2. That's a nice little bag. It's four 4 points, which is or I'm sorry, 3.8 points, which is the equivalent of I think 380 pips. Let me see. I'll tell you right now. 1901. 1896. Well, it's about it's actually 4 points, which is 400 pips. So um it's a nice trade. And gold has nice movement on it, and as long as you're leveraged appropriately, it can see nice gains, really nice gains. I'm trading gold now with I just scaled up yesterday because I've had a few really successful trades with gold. So I just scaled up in my lot size on gold for today. Um, so right now I'm trading with uh, a $25 lot size on gold. So yeah, so I would like to see these my gold trades close out at least at a TP1. But like I said, it's pushing back to the 50 EMA, which is right at my entry point. So feel free to enter this as a limit order. Oh, price just pushed back to 1901. So there you go. So this would very much be a valid trade. It's at our entry point. So feel free to take this gold trade for where it is right now. I just wanted to take a look at, let's see if I can find a setup on EU. EU is moving very, very, it's pushing very hard right now, but yeah, I'm hitting my TP2 point right now. Man, this is such a nice trade. It's just moving through these zones. Man, wow. So yeah, I can't really find. I mean, this is a 45-minute time frame. Let me look at another time frame to see. I'm probably not going to find price action on another time frame just because it just started pushing again. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, even on the higher time frames, you're just not going to find a valid setup. Maybe I'll go lower. Yeah, price action is just off and running. I suppose I didn't put EU out as a signal before because it's a London pair. I wanted to see if we could catch a trade on it on the London session, but I mean it's just off. It's gone. So and it just keeps pushing. It's now pushing through TP2, and it just opened up a new candle, and we're on our way to potentially TP3. So right now, EU for this particular trade is EU is, yeah, 110 pips in profit. So um, yeah, so that's nice to say the least. So excuse me. What I was gonna say was, oh, and you hit TP1. Nice. So what I was gonna say was, I don't. Yeah, go on. I normally don't speak about the money part of like what goes on with the trade with the accounts that I have. I usually only speak relevant to the pip count. But what I've noticed is that a lot of times, with the mindset stuff and with the trade management stuff, a lot of times it's not as relevant when someone can't equate the dollars to the pips. So, as of late, maybe within the last week or two, I have spoken a little bit more freely about how much a lot of the trades that I take are worth. Um, I've started to post some of the results that I've been getting. I've been posting them in the chats, just as like a motivator. I encourage. We have a profits and testimonial chat for those of us to not to brag or to boast or to flex or just to show how much money we're making. It's really for to show that you are able to have your trades materialize in profit. It's to show that you're picking up the skill set and you're learning and you're becoming consistently profitable. It's a motivator. It's to show your fellow student that, hey, if you just remain disciplined, you follow your trading plan and you show up, you have this ability to apply this skill set to 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 your trade account and create passive income for yourself. Whatever it is, whatever it does for you, it's supposed to do that. It's not supposed to make you feel bad. It's not supposed to make you say, oh well, uh he's an educator. How is that supposed to make me feel good that he made $20,000 this week, and I'm sitting over here with my point zero 0.01 and my point 10 and stuff like that. So what you'll come to understand, and what you'll come to learn about me, is that I'm always talking about my journey. I'm always very much transparent, and I always talk about how horribly I was doing for such a long period of time before I really started to develop a trading plan and follow a trading plan and stick to a specific strategy, and really just becomes a steadfast in learning a skill set and being stuck with it, and really applying myself. That's another reason too why I always say I only trade the master candle system. That's what worked for me. And that's what is working for me. And that's why I'm so successful and so consistently profitable. I'm not like, if I show you my MT4, and and you take a look at it and you see that, like, for the last month, uh let me see. Oh my goodness, GJ. Wow. Did anybody take that GJ trade? Sheesh. I'm sorry. Hold on one second. Where is it? Yeah, look at GJ. GJ is just pushing. We're halfway, halfway to, oh no, we're not even halfway. Oh wow, it's just a heavy TP1 has got to be like 50 pips. This is because my profit is crazy right now. I'm not even understanding why I'm this much in profit, and TP and price action is only right where it is. Let me see, 470 down to, oh yeah. TP1 is 46 pips. That's why. Okay. I'm used to these like 25 and 30 pip TP1s. So yeah, so what was I? Oh, sorry. So what I was gonna do is, let's see, in this particular account, uh, NZD USD just closed, by the way. TP1. It took. What was this? Today's the 20. Oh yeah, I opened this trade yesterday. So even like this is just to show you that it's possible. Okay. So I got a swap. I have a swap fee on this trade. My swap fee is $10.95 because I opened up this trade yesterday and it spilled over into today. I don't know if this is going to be that clear, but I'm going to try to show it. Oh, there it is. That's better. So NZD USD, I know it's probably, it might be backwards, but this is, it just hit, this is TP1. So it was $1,200 exactly at TP1, but minus the swap fee, we're looking at 1189.05 is my profit. NZD USD, I'm trading at a 4.0. That's a $40 lot size. And like I said, typically I don't typically push oh hey, look at my profits and stuff like that. Like I said, I only recently started posting my results from this account. I usually stick to my median account, um the one that I've been growing since November. And in that account, I've been growing that account since the last week of November. And oh, you said, what is that, Skeeta? Have I tried AAFX? There's no swap fee, and they give you a 25% deposit bonus. There are other firms like that. So this one I'm using actually is out of the country. This is FXCC, and FXCC is they there's no commission fee with FXCC. So like with Hugo's Way, your commission fee is usually half of whatever your lot size is. So if you're using a $1 lot size, your commission fee is 50 cents. If I'm using a $10 lot size with Hugo's Way, your commission fee is $5. So with FXCC, there's no commission fee. They do charge swap fees. And there was the 25% bonus. I think it was a 15% bonus for your initial deposit. Yeah, so it's very similar to that, but it's just a little bit different. So but yeah, but this like I said, I don't usually talk about the push the money part, but like this is just to show you, to give you an idea of what I'm dealing with here. That was a trade that just closed out today. So for the last month, okay, so this is I don't know if I want to show this. Okay, you know what? I'm going to show this because this is very much relevant. So I've been scaling up in this account, right? So for the past month, and yo, listen, there's 4 people in this class right now. Don't go telling this information to everybody. This is exclusive. This is just for y'all. So yeah, so for the past month, I'm at $72,000, $72,483 profit. Okay. This is not a demo account. This is a live account. This is not so I want you to understand there are swap fees and stuff like that associated with this account. You will see there are withdrawals that have been made from this account. But so what I'm showing you is I started at a $10 lot size, and then I've slowly but surely been scaling up. I'm not sure. This is just not clear. But whatever. So there are withdrawals. I withdraw everything over the initial balance that I'm keeping. So now you can see there's $20 lot sizes. And you'll see the TPs are growing. But here's one that I wanted to show you. So right here, this one right here, it's $34. Oh, that was a mistake. I'm sorry. That was a mistake. That was a $2 lot size. I entered a trade with the wrong amount. But I'm trying to show you that there are, even though I have $20 lot sizes, and then eventually it goes to, so last week and the week before, I started trading at $30 lot sizes. Let me just scroll up here. I'm sorry. I went back. Trying to make this as easy as possible, but yeah, so last week and the week before, $30 lot sizes. And now this week, after I closed out most of my trades this week, I'm now rocking with well, you'll see at the very bottom here, the GJ and the NZD USD that just closed out. They closed that out with $40 lot sizes. So oh, it's clear, sorry. Yeah, so it's still very much, it's discipline. So I could be using, and this is something that I tell in class all the time. I could be using way more. I'm scaling up slowly but surely because I have to get used to seeing the type of drawdown that exists with trading with this much money. But even though I have to get used to the drawdown, like there are sometimes when I'm trying to look to see, like, okay, here we go. GBP USD This is what I was looking for. GBP USD, $123. And I was trading with a $30 lot size. A $30 lot size with $123 profit, that's 4 pips. 4 pips to make $123. What happened is price action started, I don't know if it was news, whatever, something happened that day. And I parallel trade. I take 2 trades every time I set a pending order. I take 2 trades. I take 1 trade for my TP4 because I'm a swing trader. And then I take another trade at a TP1 because I have ambitions of a scalper where I'm trying to broaden my horizons. And even though I don't like to market execute and I'm not like a 20 pip and dip kind of guy, my TP1s are usually like 25 to 35 pips. So if I set another trade at TP1 and it hits probably within the first couple of hours of price activation, that's my scalp. So that's the way that I take all my trades. So that's why I have so many trades within the past month, because for every one setup that I do, I have 2 trades for every setup. So that price action started to pull back, and it was pulling back harshly. I lost a lot of pips on that trade, but I didn't want to be sitting in drawdown. So I pulled it. I pulled that trade and only caught 4 pips. But that's just to show you that, like, the reason why I just scrolled through a month's worth of trades. There's roughly, I didn't even count. There's roughly, I don't know, probably like 40 or 50 trades in here over the past month. There's no losses. The reason why there's no losses are because of trade management. The reason why I'm such a consistently profitable trader is because of trade management. I'm not afraid to trail my stop loss and only get 4 pips out of a trade. When you go down the side of my screen, very rarely will you see a trade that doesn't have a color next to it. It's either green or it's red. The green obviously means you hit TP, and the red means that you hit stop loss. I am relentless about trailing my stop loss and trailing it into profit. I don't care how many pips that I get sometimes, as long as I close the trade with a win. A win is a win. It doesn't matter if, and when you're, so the thing is that when you're trading with these amounts of money, I'm trading with a $30 lot size. I'm okay with getting 4 pips. That's $123 that I got from that trade. And I didn't have to sit in drawdown. I pulled it right before the market closed, basically. So it was just about to be 5 o'clock. And I pulled that trade and got out of it so that I wouldn't incur a swap fee. So I always say I'm no master of the markets. I'm no master trader. You look in my MT4, you see little to no losses over long-standing periods of time. It's not because I have some crazy handle on the market. I'm not any kind of a guru or anything like that. I'm learning the same thing as everybody else here. I just manage my trades a little bit better. That's it. That's it. That's why when I send out signals, you see these long paragraphs and descriptions about what I'm expecting you all to do. I'm expecting you to manage the trade appropriately. And if I don't think that everyone is going to do it on their own, I try to walk everybody through it. Okay, y'all, we're at TP1. Trail your stop loss at least halfway or a quarter of the way between entry and TP1. We may get a pullback. If price pulls back and takes you out of the trade at 25% of TP1, then more than likely it's going to go back to the entry and you can come right back in the trade. But at least you got to win. You got to win. I don't care how many pips it is. You got to win. It's not a loss. That's what's important. It's not about, I'm not trying to be the best trader in the world. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't go back to where I was. I lost so much money. This $72,000 in a month, that's fantastic. But it's I don't want to say that this is as much as I've lost. I mean, it's relevant. I mean, I've lost a lot of money when I was first trading, just being very reckless. Similar to Sham's story, similar to anybody's story. That's why during the market mindset class, I can tell you everything that you're telling yourself when you're waiting for price to come back and you take off your stop loss and all this other stuff. I've done it. I've done it all. So, but that's why I trade in such a disciplined fashion now, is because I know what it looks like to be messy. I've done it. I've been there. It's depressing. I've sat in front of my computer screen or in front of my phone crying because I lost, 600. I blew a $1,000 account, and it was $1,000 that I didn't have. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been there, done it, and I can tell you that because I'm sitting here today showing you the type of numbers and the type of action that I'm getting with my trade account. Like it's I'm just trying to I'm just trying to show everyone that it's possible. Coming from where I came from with regard to my trading journey, it's possible to far exceed what you feel like you're limited to. If you feel that way, if you feel like you're so limited now, you've been trading with a, a $2 lot size for like the last 4 months. So what? As long as you're consistently profitable and you're growing your account consistently, it doesn't matter what lot size you're sticking with. You're growing your account. My median account, my median account, I started in November with $1,486 the last weekend of November, right after Thanksgiving. And that account, as of yesterday, has exactly $15,000 in it. $15,000.11. No, I'm sorry. I just hit TP1 on NZD USD in that account as well, because I mirror my trades in every account. So I have a baby account that I started at $91. I have a median account that I started at $1,486. And then there's this giant account. This is my client's account that I trade for him, and I receive it's basically like having a funded account, like an FTMO. The only difference is I'm not restricted to daily drawdown and weekly drawdown limits and stuff like that. I'm free to trade the way that I trade. My client trusts my decision making. He trusts my knowledge and overview of the market to suggest that he allows me to swing trade and do whatever it is that I do, just as long as I turn him a profit. So, he has funded a $250,000 account, and I'm trading, and I'm trading my ass off. Like I'm not even gonna like front about it. I'm doing my thing. I mean, I made him $72,000 in the past month, so I'm doing something right. And I receive a percentage of his profits. So like last week, he made I made him $25,000 for the week. And then I scaled up this on Sunday because I had cleared out I cleared out all of my trades in the account. They were all done, $25,000 profit. This week, Sunday was an $11,000. Well, Sunday into Monday was an $11,000 day. Monday into Tuesday was 10,500. And now Wednesday is today. I'm sorry, wrong account. Wednesday is so far. So just with the NZD USD trade right now, $1,189 so far for Wednesday. So already I'm close to having done better than last week. And last week was a $25,000 week. Last week I grew the account by 10%. So, right now the account with all the trades that I have running, I'll show you this too. With all the trades that I have running. So with all the trades I have running, I'm about $18,000 in drawdown. So, um, so this is what that EU trade looks like right now. It's running $3,500 in profit. I'm trying to go to it's on its way to TP2. I've got NZD USD. The second trade, there's a heavy retracement. Obviously, now you can see I just closed out $1,200 on TP1, and now the other one pulled back to $496. So there's a heavy retracement on NZD USD. I've got one gold trade that's $170 in profit, and then now everything else is in drawdown. So I've got a GA trade that's $4,800 in drawdown on two trades, because like I said, I parallel trade. And then I have a EUR NZD trade that's $6,400 in drawdown twice. So overall, I have $20,000 worth of drawdown, but I'm not over leveraging. $20,000 sounds like a lot of drawdown, but right now there's $261,000 in this account. And those trades haven't hit stop loss yet. Those are trades that I'm trading on like a higher time frame, and they have a very wide stop loss. So the stop loss is like 150, 200 pips. So if I take a loss on one of those trades, like if GBP AUD takes a loss, like if right now I cut these two trades out at an $8,000 loss on these two trades, I'd still be up $3,000 for the week, but why? I'm not going to do that. I trust my analysis. The price action has not hit stop loss, and it hasn't hit TP. So as long as I haven't hit stop loss and I haven't hit TP, this trade is going to remain open. It's going to be a swing trade, and it'll go as long as it takes for it to either hit stop loss or TP. But I'm leveraged appropriately. Again, if there's a couple of $100,000 in this account, I could be trading with $100 lot size. If you have with the way that we express that the leveraging goes with your trading account, where you have for every $100 you're trading with 10 cents, then that would mean that, again, with $1,000 you'd be trading with $1. With $10,000 you'd be trading with a $10 lot size. With $50,000 you'd be trading with a $50 lot size. With $100,000 in your account, you can trade with a $100 lot size, but that's for one trade. One trade you can trade with the $100 lot size. That's why I trade. I do the parallel trading. That's why I under leverage, because I do it at like 5% instead of 10%. So with $100,000 in the account, instead of trading with a $100 lot size, I can take two trades with $50 lot sizes. But keep in mind, I'm not even doing that. There's a couple of $100,000 in this account, and I'm trading with $30 and $40 lot sizes. Like, I'm slowly but surely scaling up. By the time, so next week, as long as 90% of these trades are closed, maybe I might have a couple of trades in drawdown. But as long as like 90% of these trades are closed on Friday, then next Sunday, when the market opens back up, I'll be trading with a $50 lot size, and I'll keep scaling up. By the time I get to a $100 lot size, I probably will have made my client so much money that he'll probably fund the account again, and he'll probably add like another $100,000 to it, just so that I can keep scaling up in my lot size. I'll never catch up to how much money he wants to put into this account, because his goal is he wants to, before the end of the year, well, 6 months, in 6 months, he wants to make $1 million. So, and that's very doable. And he feels like I have the ability to do it. And there's no reason why I think that I can't, especially with the fact that I think, James, I think you had asked a question last week. You had asked a question and I didn't see it, but somebody, Tanya told me about it. And it was something like you asked why I wasn't a full-time trader. I think was that you that asked that question during, I think it was London. And the answer to that question is I'm about to take a leap of faith. So I am starting Monday. I'll be taking a sabbatical. I'll be taking 3 months leave of absence from work, and I will be reporting to my client's office every day. And I have a trade terminal in his office already set up and established, and I'll be trading full time Monday through Monday through Friday, and that's it. About to see what I can do in this market. So I'll be managing his account. Um, I'll be managing my own personal account, and I'll more than likely be taking on. I took on another client this week, um, and I have a couple of other prospective clients that are looking to have, excuse me, funded accounts. And a lot of times, even with this client, he knew that I traded, and he said, "Can I see your books?" And I said, "Sure." My books are my MT4 record, and he knew what he was doing. He knows what MT4. He knows the platform. So he took my phone. He didn't want me to just show him. He took my phone. He scrolled through it. He went through like however you can show. He went through the last month, the last 3 months, 6 months, whatever. He went through as much of it as he could see. And he could see that my win to loss ratio was so drastic that he was like, "Yo, do you think that you could do this with $50,000 in the account?" I said, "Yeah, sure." He was like, "You're not scared?" Because at the time I only had 1,000 and 2,000 and $5,000 in my account, and he was like, "You're not scared of that kind of money?" And I said, "No, because to me it doesn't matter. It's the analysis that matters. That's this, and then this just circles back to what I originally was talking about. For me, it's about the pips. All I care about is how my analysis is my analysis playing out the way that I see the market. As long as my analysis plays out and my projections are they come to fruition, the money will be there. All it is just scaling up. Okay, I'm using a $2 lot size in my account, but if my client has 10 times as much money in his account, then instead of using a $2 lot size that I use in my account, I take the same trades, but just using a $20 lot size in his account. That's it. It's the same two trades, the same results. I switch from my account to his account to trail the stop loss at the same levels. So he makes $1,189 in his account, and I make $189 in mine. That's it. But it's the same it's the same math. It's the same method. It's just at a higher level. I don't care how much money it is. I don't. I don't. When his asset manager contacts me and says, "I'm going to take profits off the account, just so you know, it's going to be minus, I'm going to bring it back to 250." I say, "Okay, no problem. I don't." And then he said to me, he's like, "Dude, I took profits yesterday. I took $11,000 yesterday, and there's $10,000 extra in it today. Like, yo, you're killing it or whatever." And I just say, "Thanks, I appreciate it." And he's like, "No, do you understand? Like, we've never had these types of returns, these types of ROIs before." And he's like, what are you doing? Is it something like crazy? I know you must be stressed out over there, like making all this money. And I was like, "No, I'm not stressed out. I don't care. I literally don't care about the money. It's just scaling up. That's it. I want to know that my analysis is playing out. Because as long as my analysis is playing out, the money will be there. That's what you should be focused. I've spent months and months and months and months and months making sure that I understood the strategy and when to and when not to make certain moves. As long as I stay on point with that, I will always be a consistently profitable trader. I will always make more money than I will lose. And that's what ultimately will turn me into a full-time trader. I have lofty goals that will eliminate my job And by the way, oh, so you asked what job I do. So I'm in supply chain. I'm in logistics and warehousing. I work for the electric company in New York City, and I work in a warehouse, inventorying material, ordering, procurement, all that stuff for the overhead linemen and the underground workers that run electrical cable throughout New York City. So, you know, it's no, see here, here's another thing. Here's another thing too, is like when I'm talking about like respecting the analysis. So on the gold trades that I was showing you before, they were all but one of them was in drawdown. I have 3 gold trades running right now. And now, as fate would have it, or price action would have it, now I'm sitting at $1,300 on one gold trade. That's at a $25 lot size. $800 on the other gold trade, and $172 on the third gold trade. And now also NZD USD just went negative, but now all of a sudden I'm back at $584 in profit. Like it's just I'm just, price action is going to do what price action is going to do. It's just it is what it is. Like I'm just letting the analysis play out. My stop loss on gold was at 1912. Like price action here, I'll show you real quick. I'm gonna stop talking in a second, y'all. I'm sorry. I get off on these tangents. But price action, look at this price action. This is crazy. So all I see a winning trade. When I look at this screen, all I see is a win. I don't see, oh my God, this is so much money. Like, who cares? Who cares? I'm winning. That's all that matters. My stop loss is up here at 1912. Here's market structure, the previous high for yesterday. So my stop loss is right up here. So price activated my trade at 1901. So my stop loss is 11 points, which is 1100 pips. That's a lot of pips. But so at a $20 lot size, that's, I don't know. It's more than $2,100. I'll tell you that. It's a lot. But I know GJ. GJ. Why do I keep saying GJ? I'm sorry. I know gold is selling, so it's gonna drop. So I give it that much room to breathe, and it's dropping. It finally broke through this level, and now I have 2 gold trades that are both above $1,000 in profit. So I'm cool with that. Like, there's no reason for me to stress about this, because my analysis is playing out the way that I thought it would. That's it. That's all I need to care about, because as long as that's happening, I will be profiting consistently. So this is what I love to do. Another thing too that may help you is, this used to be a hobby for me. So what I would do is, it would be my escape from reality, and you can't do that. It's so like if I got into an argument with my wife, I would go trade, just to, like, I don't want to deal with this. You're getting on my nerves, whatever, all the common rhetoric that comes along with, that nonsense. So I go trade. And what do? I blow an account, or I take a crazy loss, or I pull early out of a trade because my head is just not in the game. This is reality. This is not an escape from reality, and you can't treat it that way. Because if you're escaping reality and going to this, when you're leaving reality, you're leaving reality most of the time for a negative reason. You're leaving reality because you don't want to deal with something that is very real. So what happens is you're taking the emotions that you have when you're leaving reality, the reason why you left, you're taking that emotion with you and you're carrying it into your hobby, into your getaway, into your escape. And if your escape is your trade account, you're about to lose that trading account, or it's going to take a heavy hit. I'm telling you because I've done it. I know this to be a kid. And I didn't mean for this to turn into a market mindset class, but it's like, so what happens is you can add as much money to your account as you want to, but the same mistakes that you were making in it when it was real small is the same mistakes that you'll make in it when it's 6 figures strong. And that hurts. That's going to hurt a whole lot more when you have a whole lot more money. So I would advise any and everyone that when they're doing this, when they are trading, take it slow, pace yourself. Like, put it this way, the baby account that I have, my two personal accounts, neither one of my clients. So here's what, let me show you this also. Oh, I got another close in my account. So here's what we're looking at. Okay. So this is me. This is my this is another way too that you can see that this is not a demo account. They all say live. So this is my median account. This is the account that I started in trading November 26th, 2021 with $1,486 in it. And now today, as of a couple of minutes ago, the next trade that just closed, it has now $15,077.97. I have multiplied this account more than 10 times. Like I've 10x this account. 10 times 1486 is 14,860. This account has more than that. And that was November. It was almost what, 5.5 months ago. So what, going from November until now, every single day or 5 to 6 days a week trading, it is a long time. I'm not going to front. It is. It's painstakingly long some days. But guess what? I in this account, I have never traded higher than a $3 lot size. Like, it's the and the reason why is just to see if I could do it, just to see if I could remain that discipline. I had $8,000 in this account. I could have traded with an $8 lot size, but instead I chose to have 4 and 5 and 6 trades open at a $2 lot size and a $3 lot size. When the account had $12,000 in it, I could have traded with a $6 lot size, even at my own leveraging strategy, but I didn't do it. I kept it at $2 and $3. Now it has $15,000 in it. And all the trades that I still have open have $2 and $3 lot sizes. I'm telling you, just to see if I could do it. So knowing that I can do it at that level, I know that I have the discipline to do it at a much higher level, which is why these people trust me to put these large amounts of money into an account. I have my next door neighbor wants to start an account. He said, I got like $30,000 savings and I just don't know what to do with it. I just know I don't want to put it in the bank. I don't want to put it into stocks. I don't want to give it to a broker and let them manage my portfolio because the market is so volatile. Meanwhile, he heard that I was trading and I can take advantage of that volatility going both ways, up and down the market. He's like, okay, let me see your books. Give me a presentation. So I'm going to give him a presentation and see if what I'm talking about makes sense. Trust and believe, I'm going to be showing him the records in my account, and I'm going to be showing him the records of my larger client's account. And he's more than likely going to say, all right, at least take 20 of this and do something with it. And what'll happen is once I double his account, I give him back $20,000 and say, take that, put it wherever you got it from. Now we're just dealing with a $20,000 account. Actually take 21,000. That's yours. You got an extra $1,000 out of it. However long it takes me to do that. Maybe it takes me a month, maybe it takes me 2 months, maybe it takes me 3 months. But now he got back his initial investment, and now we're just dealing with house money. Now your money is making money. Now your money is working for you at that point. And that's the dream that I'm selling. That's my pitch. That like, it's just because it's easy for me to do that, and it's easy for me to be so confident, and for me to because I've done it for myself. I cannot impress this upon you any harder than I am. You can do this. You can do this. It just takes a certain amount of discipline. I was the most undisciplined person that you ever want to see. Just killing myself. Killing myself. But I stuck with it. So yeah, so this account has my account has 15,000 in it now, 15,077. Obviously you've seen this account. That's my largest client. This is a friend of mine, who I told him we just established an account. He had 11,000. He's like a weird superstitious kind of person. He had $11,111.11 in his account. Don't ask me. It's like a superstition thing. And we funded his account as of Saturday. So from Sunday until now, that account has grown $740 or something like that. So that's pretty cool. And then this down here is, whoops, sorry. And then this down here is my baby account that has $1,267.42 in it as of today. That account started the same day that I started the $15,000 account, the $1,486 account. I started that account. That was from October, when we were starting the compounding plan. And remember, Sham had us put $200 in an account, and then we were doing each one of the educators was doing a pair, and we were taking the signals, and we were going to start compounding, turning $200 into $1,000, and so on and so forth, $1,000 into $10,000. Well, that went south because people were being undisciplined. And what I did was, I had $91 left in my account, and I decided to start doing it myself. After this was, like I said, after Thanksgiving, that weekend. So the account that I started a baby account that had $91 in it. So that $91 account, just like I never went over a $2 and $3 lot size in this $15,000 account, I never went over a 30-cent lot size in that $91 account. And now it has $1,267 in it. Okay, we're 6 months later, 5.5 months later, but look at the lot size I was using. I never used, went up to 50 cents or $1. And I have over $1,000 in this account now. And it started with $91. I'm telling you, I can use a small lot size for a long period of time and still make money and still make impressive gains. You're still not going to see that kind of return on investment with any bank, with anybody who you say, oh, let it sit in an investment account. It's not going to take $91 and turn it into just under $1,300 in 5.5 months. It's not. And I'm not aggressive. I'm not an aggressive person. I'm not an aggressive trader. That's part of the problem. The conversations that I always have to have with this large client of mine is that he had to put a whole bunch of money in the account because I'm trying to help marry our styles. He's an aggressive person. He oversees a real estate empire. This man is a millionaire. He's been a millionaire for a long time. You know, I know him personally. Um, and he's a great person, but he's a very shrewd businessman. He does not play about his money. He's very serious about his money. He owns a lot. He commands a lot. He pays a lot of people before he pays him. He pays about 200 to 250 people before he pays himself. So he's very serious about his money. He does not play. So he said he's looking to create, um, he's at a point where he's starting to do these projects where he's buying up like large portions of downtown areas in up and coming urban areas like Ohio, like downtown Ohio and Indiana, like the Midwest and stuff like that. He's buying up a lot of commercial property in these places. And some of these places he goes to where he's an out of towner, you know, he has residency in Puerto Rico, he has residency here in New Jersey and New York. And these places here, you know, he commands a certain amount of respect because they know him. He's been here for 20 and, you know, 20 or so years. But when he goes out of town now to some of these Midwestern places, he walks in there and yeah, he's got a lot of money and he's looking to do all these projects, but they don't want to give him, because he's an outsider, they don't want to give him control over so much. So they don't, when he goes to the banks, sometimes they don't lend him as much, or they don't allow him to purchase or to leverage so much to buy so many properties. So what he's trying to do, his goal is he's trying to be his own bank. So he wants to fund, when he goes to do these out of town deals, he wants to come with the money already and just buy everything cash. If he walks in down this block with $5 million, I want that building, I want that building, I want that building. No, 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 I don't need you to fund, I don't need any of your money to help me purchase these. No, 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 I'm purchasing them cash. So what I had to do was I had to take his vision, understand it, and align myself with it. Now he's basically looking to generate, he's looking to have like an internal ATM machine. So he wants to be making 25 and $30,000 a week. You know, he at some point he wants to be making $50,000 a week, $100,000 a week. So in order for him to do that, I explained to him, like, listen, I'm not going to bet the farm. I'm not, that's just not the way I trade. I'm a conservative trader. So I had to marry our styles. I said, if you want to turn these types of profits, you're going to have to fund the account. I need a lot of leverage to work with, because if you have $100,000 in your account, I'm not going to use $100 lot size, because I'm only going to be taking, like, I swing trade. So I'm only going to be taking like one trade every couple of days. I said, if you want me to trade, to produce those types of profits, you're going to have to fund the account with a lot more money. And I'll trade with a smaller lot size, but still it's a big lot size, but just in comparison to the account, it's small. So, you know, we married those two styles. And now that he sees these profits that I'm returning for him, I mean, of course he wants more. So he's always wants to scale up. So, and we will in a couple of weeks. He wants to add like another couple of $100,000 to the account. And as long as I'm consistently profitable, he'll add that money to the account, and I'll be trading at an even higher level, and we'll see where it goes. Um, so so yeah, and this person he's trying to get me to quit my job. Like he wants me to be like his in-house trader. And that's cool. It sounds great, but I've been working at my job for 15 years. Like I'm not gonna just throw this away for, you know, a couple $100,000. Like I'm not gonna do that. So I have hefty, lofty goals for myself. I need to be doing this at this level for like at least 2 to 3 years before I would say, all right, let me stop, you know, clocking in and day out. So so yeah, so I say all that to, you know, I didn't mean to give like all my story and all that other stuff, but I'm just trying to I'm helping you understand with relevance to the fact that I'm just a blue collar guy working in a warehouse, like 12 hours every night. Like I just found something that I'm good at. Like I'm a numbers guy. I'm a math guy. I understand. I count pips very easily. So it works for me. It makes sense. And I'm disciplined. And it wasn't easy getting this way. I'm not telling anybody that it's going to be easy. I'm not. It's because if you're already disciplined, you know what? Maybe it might be easy for you. I was not. I'm calm, I'm laid back, I'm cool and stuff like that. But it was hard for me to see these types of returns of investment and see these turnovers of profits and not get a little bit greedy. It was hard for me to lose a trade and not get emotional. Yo, that excuse my language, that shit was hard. Yo, eliminating emotion from trading is hard because I need all of this money. People say, oh, trade with money that you don't need. That I didn't know what that meant. I need all the money that I got, I need. I don't have $500 to just throw into an account and be like, all right, let me just, willy-nilly trade with this. Like, oh, if I lose it, I lose it. Like, what? That's $500. That's my car payment and 2 weeks worth of gas. $500. Like, come on. We not nah, chill. I can't equate a dollar amount to everything that I have going on in my life. I need every red cent that I can put my hands on. Like, I don't have play money. That's not my life. Again, I'm a blue collar guy. You know what I'm saying? I work 12-hour shifts. Like, yeah, I make decent money, but I live in New York City. I work in New York City. I live in New Jersey. My money don't go very far. So, I'm just trying to paint a picture and create some relevancy to whatever it is that you have going on. Whether you're in this class or you're watching this as a recording, please understand that you can do exactly what I'm doing for yourself. It doesn't have to even be for somebody else. I will be doing this the same way that I'm doing this for someone else. Trust and believe that in 6 months, I'll probably be doing it for myself on this level with a couple of $100,000 in my account. My client probably at that point will have probably more than $1 million in his account, but that's a whole nother story. But I probably will be trading at a very high level, taking 100% of the profits for me very soon. So it's all possible. It's all possible. If it takes you 6 months to be able to do it, if it takes you a year to be able to do it, it's just the fact that you can do it. That's all I'm just trying to impress upon you, is that you can do it and you will do it. You will do it. You've come to the place that will give you the tools that you need to be able to do that, to be able to stop letting the market humble you and you take control over your own destiny. And you got these tools now in your bag that you can go and you can humble the market. Make the broker say, you know what, we can't keep your account anymore. You're winning too much. They will do it. They'll close your account. I don't know if you saw when I was scrolling through the accounts, there's one there that says -$50. That's what happened. That was my same client. He had another account. This was like months and months ago, and I think it had like $60,000 in it, or 65,000. And I was winning and winning and winning and winning. I wasn't losing. Even I would close out a trade. I was trading with $10 and $20 lot sizes and closing out a trade, $13 in profit, like I just wasn't taking any losses over the course of a couple of months. And the broker, they made him close the account. Is because at some point, so now that's how he came upon this FXCC. He got something far out. So because he had to get something like, on a larger scale, because they could handle more money. Because when he was trading in that smaller account, and the broker was never collecting anything from him. I've seen moments where I was trading a pair and the spread all of a sudden out of nowhere just got real wide for like 5 minutes, and then it went back. The spread went to like 200 pips on a currency pair and then all of a sudden it just shot back down. What they were doing was they were trying to knock me out of the trade, and I didn't have a stop loss on it. So it couldn't. There was nothing that they could do to knock me out of the trade because I had taken off the stop loss. Like I don't know, something had happened. I think I was like swing trading and it kept retracing and something like that. So I tried out something, and I tried taking off the stop loss to see what would happen. And I just stared at price action for like an hour. I was staring at the screen at my MT4. And then I saw that happen, and I was like, wow, that's interesting. So I've seen so much crazy stuff when it comes. Yeah, brokers are crazy. It's crazy. It really is. There's some brokers like Hugo's Way, and there's a couple of others out there that are unregulated, and they when it comes to like crypto and stuff like that, you know, they have enough money to swing some of the market with some of these small coins and stuff like that, and they trade against their clients. It's very, very interesting. It's something that I learned the hard way, and it's something that I learned with like a lot of research, that there are certain companies that you just, if for trading certain things, you just shouldn't go with certain brokers. So I will no longer trade crypto with Hugo's Way. I will not do it anymore. They have a thing of trading against their clients. It's a bunch of stuff. It gets deep. It gets deep. So yeah, yeah. So for the account thing, James, I can't say that on here. I won't do that. But I can answer that question. Like we could talk about it. I'll answer that. But it's a lot. It's a lot, but I don't want to say that on here. So but yeah, Hugo's Way is crazy. I still use them, like I said, for my personal account. I'm using Hugo's Way. But I stopped trading indices, and I stopped trading crypto. I'm on punishment from them because those are the last things that I was trading when I blew my last account. Uh, I blew my last account with Nas, and I trade Nas at a very high level. I trade Nas very well, but I got sick. My family and I caught COVID in November, and I wasn't able to manage my trades. And my phone was off for like 4 days, and when I turned it back on, my accounts were blown. So my Nas trades had gone the wrong way, and it tanked my account. So um, and I was not leveraging appropriately. Just to answer your question before you even ask, I wasn't leveraging appropriately. I also, on one of the trades, I didn't have a stop loss. So at some point, the swing of the market just, it took me out of the trade, and that's how I ended up with those two accounts. The one that had 91, well, no, the one that had $91, that was by my own volition. But the one that had 1486, it had at one point, I think it had like 11 or $12,000 in it or something like that. And then the broker, you know, I got knocked out of all the trades, and what was left was 1486. So after my family and I recovered, we waited till after Thanksgiving weekend to, you know, have a nice family dinner, and then I got back to it that Sunday night. And since then, I have not stopped. I restructured and revamped my trading plan, and I went on this journey of discipline, and it has only worked to my benefit. So using these small lot sizes and, you know, under leveraging and all that stuff, I developed all that stuff within the last 6 months. So I already had like a decent mindset, which is, and I already had a good understanding of what Sham's vision is for Master Candle Academy. That's why he brought me on. But as far as like my trading style, a lot of it was developed in the last 6 months or so. So that's my story, y'all. I'm sorry that I went off on such a tangent. There really wasn't really anything else for me to analyze in the market. We pretty much we got what we were going to get out of the setups that were there. Let me see what is going on now. Gold is still heavy profit. GJ retraced and is now back above our entry. So if you have not taken the GJ signal, that is in the chat. It's in the signals chat. It'll be, we're about 6 pips above entry, and it's dropping again. So you might want to jump in on that. GA, oh, we didn't take, no, nobody took the GA parameters. NZD USD is a whole nother story. That's experiencing a huge retracement. And EU is just, it's just gone. Like there's no catching up with that one. That one is just gone. So yeah, I know Arnando popped in kind of late. But I'm gonna really quick. I'm gonna real quick before I gotta go, but so I've been on here for a while. But wow, that's a wild retracement on gold. Jeez, did did I TP on one of these? I know I. Oh yeah. I only have one gold trade open. Holy. Oh shoot! Wow. Wow. I'm sorry. I saw that I got I got wicked out of this trade. I hit my TP2. I had my big lot size, my $25 lot size was here down at 1886. And I just caught this wick that pulled me out of the trade. So, oh my God. Yeah, that's a nice profit. So I got I'm trading this gold trade. I took it from the entry from 1901, or they got me in at 1900.94 down to made my TP a little bit lower than what TP2 was, just to see if I could get it. And sure enough, I got wicked out at a $25 lot size. Let's see, what is that? 19.9 down to 1886. 1886.87. Yeah. 14 points, which is 1400 pips. Nuts. At a $25 lot size, that is $3,517.50. And I've been holding that trade since since yesterday evening. It activated a $4.62 swap fee. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at all. So, but for Arnando, what we had here was I have a GA trade that I already had set up, because GJ is, I mean, damn it with that GA is back playing in the ballpark of a previous setup that I had. So I just had us copy the parameters over again. So if you do want to take these parameters, you can. I don't post London Confidence sessions trades in the signals chat. I don't do that because they're exclusive for the people that were diligent and disciplined enough to get up and show up for this class. So if you do want to copy these parameters for GA, feel free. GA is selling. So you want to take this sell entry price and the stop loss 1.77670, and whichever TP you want to go to, copy it. If it's a 275 pip stop loss for a 370 pip gain, so just be leery of be aware of that. Yeah, so we had GA. The GJ trade is in the signals chat. That one I put out before class. So we're right above entry again. So I'm looking for it to continue dropping. I really wish I could have at least gotten a TP1 out of this, but now I'm in drawdown again because I was in class instead of managing all of my trades. But it's good. I don't care, as long as I can help somebody, I'm good with that. But But what's cool about this is it looks like it's forming another master candle to suggest that it's further confluence to the downside. Price action is rejecting off of the trend line. So these are all confluences and confirmations that price action is likely going to continue to the downside. We looked at GBP CAD, but there was nothing. I couldn't find anything for GBP CAD. We looked at EU, but EU was just out of here. There's nothing I could do to get EU to come back for a good setup. What else? That was it. Oh, GN. That was the other one that we did. So GN is, what was GN? GN was a limit order, right? So I don't know whoever took it. I don't know if it ever activated. It looks like it might, like somebody could have been wicked into the trade, but I'm not sure because I'm not actively trading GN right now. I had too many trades going in my account, so I didn't take GN. I don't know if Skeeta if she took it, but you can enter it as a limit order, but it looks like it's already if not about to, it looks like it already smashed TP1, so it may not come back to entry again. I don't know. It's on a 4-hour time frame, so TP1 is probably a lot of pips because we're looking at a 309 pip stop loss to make 389 pips of a goal. So that's pretty much it. There were no setups to be had on GU, and that's that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, you're about to check the charts. Cool. All right, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry I kept y'all so long. I'm sorry I did all my preaching and stuff like that. But if it helped anybody, any amount of, like, any little bit, then I feel good. So anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the chats. I try to respond to you at least 12 to 24 hours within, that time frame. Yeah, if you need anything, holler at me either in the chats, or you can private message me. Yeah, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. If you guys, if you ladies and gentlemen, didn't show up for class, there'd be no reason for me to be here. So I appreciate you the same way that you appreciate me, if not more. So again, everybody, take it easy for the day. Have a wonderful day. Have a happy trading day. And I'll see you in the chats and see you in the charts. Get some rest, everybody, and I'll be up. So I'll see y'all on New York session when Sham goes live in the morning. All right, y'all. Peace.